Hey everybody, Timmy Flyersguys here, and I have a special announcement. Coming to the Timmy Flyersguys YouTube channel on New Year's Eve 2023, I'll be ringing in the new year with my 200th episode of Classic Flyers Theater with Timmy Flyersguys. That's right, folks. I'll be ringing in the new year with the Classic Flyers Theater 200th episode spectacular, only on the Timmy Flyersguys YouTube channel. So get ready. We're gonna ring in the new year on December 31st, 2023. And guess what time this video will be? At 11 p.m. on December 31st, the Timmy Flyersguys 200th episode, spectacular, will be making its premiere on New Year's Eve at 11 p.m. That's right, we're gonna ring in the new year with the 200th episode, spectacular, of Classic Flyers Theater. Stay tuned, folks, because it's coming to YouTube New Year's Eve. Hey everybody, it's me, Timmy Flyersguys, and welcome to this edition of the Flyersguys Top 10. I'm your host, Timmy Flyersguys, and we're going to be continuing our Top 10. We're going to continue our Top 10 Skins Moments retrospective here on this week's edition of the Flyersguys Top 10. We already did Skins Generation 1. We did Skins Generation 2. And now this is the final episode here on our Skins retrospective. And we're going to start with number 10. My number 10 moment. Like all these episodes, I put the first episode as the first pick on this countdown. And number 10, the first episode, where we get to meet the character, Frankie Fitzgerald. It's her first day of school at Roundview College. That's the name of the school, Roundview. You start your first day, and we're introduced, first the introduction of Frankie. She kind of dresses a little masculine. She dresses kind of like a guy in the first episode. So her first day, she walks out of the house, gets into a little altercation with some kids. She, knocks one of the kids out. By mistake, both the kids chase after her. She's running away. She steals a motor scooter, and she just is driving in. She just starts going really, really fast until she gets into the school. She gets into Roundview. She's driving in, and she almost runs over our next main character, Minnie McGinnis. Now, Minnie McGinnis is the popular girl at the school. She is very popular, very pretty, and has a pretty good life, as we see in this episode. So, she almost runs over Minnie. Frankie ends up in the school. Dirk, the teacher that they interact with a lot, he, right, he's giving out uniforms for some sort of, like, field hockey. So he gives Frankie some old shirt that says relax. I'm Frankie, relax. And she puts this shirt on, goes out to field hockey tryouts. And not only is Minnie one of the most popular girls at Roundview College, she's also very athletic and very tough field hockey player. So they get to the field, and it's Minnie's team versus Frankie's team. Frank is not doing too well. She does trip up Minnie. Minnie gets pissed off, and she grabs Frankie and just smash her face into the dirt, into the mud. And then, after that, she heads home. After that, we're introduced to more characters. And Minnie is kind of forgiving her about what happened. So we meet Minnie's two friends, Grace and Liv, Minnie's best friends. Her and Frankie and everyone, they start hitting it off and start becoming friends. And they start becoming friends. And things are going pretty well. Then we get some friction and some drama between Frankie and Minnie. Frankie gets invited to Minnie's party. Minnie wants Frankie to dress more feminine, and Frankie's parents want her to go to the party. Frankie doesn't really want to go. Well, Frankie's in the bathroom. Minnie, Liv, and Grace, they look around Frankie's room, and they find some weird stuff on her computer and weird stuff under her bed. Frankie comes in and says, "You better not tell anybody anything." And it turns out they said they keep your secret. But Minnie was the one that leaked the personal information to everyone. Everyone was laughing at Frankie. She leaves the school. Grabs a gun. She doesn't shoot anybody. She's shooting, just grabbing a gun, clutching it, not shooting it. She's clutching it and she's crying. And then we're introduced for a brief moment to a character named Matty. Matty, or Matthew, or whatever his name is a really weird character. And we don't really get introduced to him until later. We don't see him until later. Many episodes later, but we do get a glimpse of him in this episode. And we get to the episode Frankie shows up at Minnie's party. Well, previously, Minnie said she wasn't invited. She uninvited Frankie to the party. Frankie shows up at the party. We may get a brief glimpse of two other main characters, Rich and Aloe, two best friends. Rich is a metalhead and Aloe is somewhat of a farm boy. 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 And the episode kind of ends. Frankie gets pissed off, leaves the party. Rich and Aloe get thrown out for constant again. And they put a clown mask on Frankie. Rich and Aloe kidnap her, put her in the van, and Grace is there too. They're all hanging out by the pool, and the episode ends, and Frankie has made some friends. And I really like this episode because it was a good introduction to Generation 3. It was much different than Generation 2, where we're introduced to all the characters at once. But it gave us some time to really get to know the characters in later episodes. And now we get to my number 9 moment in Skins Generation 3. And that was the episode. That was the episode where Rich and Grace actually start to really hit it off. In this episode, Rich is obsessed with metal. He loves metal music. And Aloe doesn't like the fact that he's too much into metal music and needs to find a girlfriend. In this episode, he likes this girl at the library. He goes to this record store, and there's this girl there, or library, whatever. And he likes this girl. She's wearing a metal t-shirt, a metal, like, rock and roll t-shirt. And Rich asks her out, and she says no. Rich is devastated that she said no, but he gets on with his life. He goes to his record store, and him and Grace start to hang. Grace wants to help Rich out, so she tries her best, and the thing is, Rich doesn't like ballet, but Grace is really into it. So, in this episode, we see a lot of tension between the two. They really hit it off in one scene, but Rich absolutely goes off on Grace, and Grace is upset and doesn't want to talk to Rich. Rich buys an album, probably one of the loudest metal albums ever. The guy at the store that he's friends with tells him, do not listen to this really loud. You will hear it. So Rich doesn't listen. He puts the music on, listens to it, headphones on, listens to the music, and all of a sudden, he's deaf. He goes deaf from listening to loud music. We go into a scene where we don't hear much sound. It's very distorted to give us the illusion that Rich lost his hearing. So, in this episode, he finally talks to Grace. He tells her everything, even if you can't hear him saying, because he's deaf. And they start to hit it off. Grace, she shows up, even shows up at Grace's ballet recital. The end of the episode, Rich finally gets his hearing back. And Rich and Grace become a thing. They officially, they become a thing. They become boyfriend and girlfriend. And they really hit it off. And that's my number 9 pick here on this countdown. And now we get to our number 8 pick on this countdown. Our number 8 pick on this countdown. And that is the episode where we're first introduced to the character Alex, a new character on the show. New character on the show. Now, I was going to put the episode where they go to Morocco, but I'm pissed off because they killed Grace off. So I'm not going to put it on there. Spoiler alert, she does get killed. The reason I'm saying this is because Grace's character lasts about 1 season, and that's it. Unfortunately, she dies, just like Aerith in Final Fantasy VII. You never see her again. So in this episode, Alex is a new kid. He's a weird kid. He has this thing where he has a dice and a card with a number on the number of what the numbers of a dice. Whatever the paper says, he does what's on the paper. So he punches Aloe. Yada yada yada. Some stuff happens. We introduce his grandmom. His grandmother, who he's taken care of. His father wants to sell her house, but his grandma will not allow him to do that. We also see Alex and Liv hit it off. They become friends. And Alex kisses Liv. And then there's a lot of drama between Liv and Alex, and the gang is very reluctant to let Alex be in the group because they just lost Grace a couple episodes ago. And the fact is, they don't want any new new people in our group. So Liv and Alex, they want to. There's some troubles between the two. Alex tells Liv he's gay, and Liv's not happy about it. But at the end of the episode, something good happens. Something sad happens. Alex's grandma officially passes away, and they bury her at sea because Alex knew that's what his grandma wanted when she passed away. At the end of the episode ends, and one of the characters says, Frankie at the end says, "Please, if you're up in heaven, please, don't grace me sinful." And that's the end of the episode. That's my number 8 pick here on this countdown. And now we get into number 7. My number 7 pick on this countdown is the episode. It's the episode where Mimi and Aloe finally hook up and they become a thing. Aloe and Mimi finally hook up, they become a thing. They don't tell anybody this. At first, Mimi was disgusted by Aloe. In this episode, they finally hook up, and things start to change, and they become a thing. And I'm gonna be brief about this episode. I like that moment in Skins. It's one of my favorite moments. They hook up two matches that they're not very good matches, become a thing, and that's why I like this episode. It's because opposites attract. And now we get into my number 6. Bacon, it was the episode that focused on Aloe. Now, I like this episode about Aloe. Part of this episode is Aloe wakes up. It's his birthday. The thing about Aloe is he lives on a farm. His mother is quite a hard ass. His father is somewhat of a hard ass, but not as much as his mother is. In this episode, Aloe wakes up and he has to do work on the farm, but he doesn't want to be there. He wants to hang out with his friends. So he tries to get the tractor to work. He wrecks the tractor. His father's yelling at him. His uncle's speaking gibberish. At least I think that's his uncle. So, Aloe leaves to spend time with his friends. Some crazy shit happens. Aloe wakes up the next day with a bunch of phalluses on his face, and his parents come in and tell Aloe, you need to be more responsible. You need to grow up. So Aloe, in one scene, he sets the farm on fire. One of the stables on the farm on fire. His mom yells at him. His dad agrees. They take Aloe's stuff. They take all his stuff. They take his computer. They take everything from him. They even take his dog. It's crazy. But Aloe and his friends have one last party. And something happens again. His parents are pissed off. His dad's pissed. But his mom's really pissed. Aloe finally Aloe finally has enough. And he lets his parents know how he feels. But unfortunately, he yells at his dad. Dad has a heart attack. He ends up in the hospital. Aloe is sorry for what he did. He tries to tell his mom that he's sorry. Then we get to the end of the episode. Aloe finally gets reunited with his dog. His uncle has a heartwarming speech for him, and the episode ends. Aloe officially is a grown-up now, and he tells his parents that. I really like this episode, because a lot of people see Elmo is a bit of a goof. To tell you the truth, he's a very important character on this show. At times he gives us comic relief, but at times he's a really good guy and really cares about his friends and his family, despite being a stubborn kid. Now we get to number 5. And number 5 pick on this countdown is the episode where Grace and Rich finally tie a knot and they get married. I like this episode with a lot of character building. We find out more about Frankie as she hooks up with Maddie, who officially joined the gang a couple episodes ago. She, going on about her, she almost falls off a cliff. They save her. Minnie tries to protect Frankie because she doesn't want Frankie to end up getting her head messed with, but she hangs around with Liv and Maddie. So we get to the conclusion of this episode. They're trying to get to this wedding. They finally do. In this episode, Grace and Rich finally get married. Even though her dad, David Blood, doesn't like the idea of her getting married, even goes so far as putting a tracking device on his daughter. He finally tries to stop the wedding, and he doesn't like Rich, and but Rich marries Grace. The episode ends, and we get the happy ending that we want, because at least for a brief period of time. And that's it for the episode. One of my favorite episodes on this countdown. And now we get into number 4 on this countdown. And our number 4 pick on this countdown is the episode. It's the episode where Frankie turns into a bit of an asshole. And in this episode, Frankie has a little bit of rebellious streak. And she hangs out with a really bad kid named Luke, who they previously met in Morocco the night Grace died. Luke is somewhat of a crazy kid with a temper and an obsession for Frankie. He tries, him and Frankie hook up, and they become a thing. Frankie becomes rebellious. She punches her father's in the face, and he falls down, and we get into it, and Frankie's with Luke, and then Nick tries to rescue her, but Nick gets beat up by Luke. Nick tries to help her. Frankie finally realizes that what she's doing is wrong, and she leaves Luke. Luke's pissed. We see Frankie in the park on a swing. Her dad joins her, and then Luke comes and tries to threaten Frankie. Her dad tells Luke, "You better go on home. If not, what's good for you." And Luke is pissed. He runs away. The episode ends, and I like the episode. It really develops the character of Frankie very well, even though some people may not like the transformation of her character. This was a good episode. And now we get into our final picks, starting with number 3 on this countdown. And that episode, number 3 episode, the number 3 episode is the episode where Nick gets entrusted by a gang leader with some money. He ends up spending the money, but he wasn't supposed to, because he was supposed to use that money for something else. That way he would just use his way of getting his brother Maddie to come back, who was stuck in Morocco and needed Chris to do something for him. In this episode, Frankie falls for Nick. Frankie falls for Nick. And I have to say, this is a good coming of age episode and a great way to develop her character. So she's in love with Nick and in love with Maddie. And it's a love triangle between the two brothers and Frankie. So in this episode, Nick hooks up with a girl at the club. They end up having some relations together at his house. Frankie sees her and Frankie's pissed off and she leaves the house pissed off. And we get to the end of the episode where Frankie and Nick, they reconcile and things go well. And that's the end of the episode. And now we got 2 more picks on this countdown. And now our number 2 pick, Minnie gets pregnant with Ellie's baby. In this episode, we see Minnie as she sees her father again. They talk for now. Ella tries to be with Minnie, but Minnie does whatever she can to avoid being with Ella, being seen with her. We see a part where they're in the club. Minnie's in love with her dad's coworker, and Ella confronts the guy, calls him a dick. A fight breaks out. And Minnie's dad is not happy and thinks that his coworker and his daughter are having some kind of thing. And in this part, Minnie kisses him, runs away, and Ella is dejected and upset. And the episode ends really weirdly. It's a weird ending to the episode. At the end of the episode, they start to reconcile, and things go okay. And now we get to the final episodes of this Skins Countdown. And that's the finale, the 3-episode finale. Minnie ends up having the baby. Frankie finds her real mother. And the episode ends with a very happy ending and a tribute to Grace Blood at the end of the episode. And that's my number 1 pick on this countdown. I have to say, I really enjoyed this show. It's a great show. If you haven't watched it, watch it now. It's on Hulu. It's a great show. I enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoy it as well. Thank you for joining me here on the Flyersguys Top 10. It's been a pleasure, everyone, and I'll see you in the next episode. I'm not sure what I'm going to do in the next episode, but stay tuned. Have a good day, everyone. Have a good Sunday, and have a great week as well. Thank you.